So this was remember I told you this was actually it was recommended or requested by some of my members about the friend zone type thing. I played a Patrice O'Neal video from a while back, and a lot of guys are interested because they had been in the friend zone but didn't know it. And also, I got some questions from women, and this is the last one I'm gonna get you out of here out of this. But this one should be good. It is actually breaking down the elements of the friend zone and how men actually think. So if you never knew what men think about the friend zone, this will definitely give you a clear understanding. Yeah. And I was actually like, wow, like, yeah, I can see why they would think like that. But the first video from the, little compilation is from a creator called Wheat Waffles. And he breaks it down from like the white man's perspective. And then I got a couple of guys from the a guy from 8 at the Table. And then we'll end the show there. But this one should be good. You should have fun with this one. Okay. So here we go. Y'all ready? Here we go.
I was always there for her. I always listened and gave her emotional support and built a really strong connection. And this even showed in the things that she said. Have a listen to these. Some of them are brutal. Wheat, you know you're the only guy I feel comfortable crying in front of. Then there's this one. She was a girl who was very much a part of the all men are jerks movement. And whenever she said this to me, I was always confused. And sometimes I'd blatantly respond and ask, so does that mean that I'm a jerk too? And she would always respond, oh no, you're one of the good ones.
See right there? Mm-hmm. So if he's one of the good ones, then what's the problem? Why they can't link? Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And that's what he's thinking. He's trying to work through it. Like, man, you saying all the other guys jerks, but I'm good, so we should be together, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, sorry, I was reading what somebody was saying. I guess everyone is still entitled to who they're attracted to, right? So, it's certain people, which, you have to assess what you're looking for too, right? What's like realistic from what's not. Because I think some women can have a superficial idea of like a man and what he's going to be doing. And like that whole 6 foot thing and make $1 million. Like to me, that's superficial. So they can overlook the average man or the man that would actually just be right for them. It is easier to look over that whenever your intentions, I feel like, are being flawed by superficial things.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Then there was this time. Wheat, I know you're going to find a good girlfriend one day, and I know you're going to make her so happy. And lastly, this one's probably the most brutal. Wheat, you don't know how much I value our friendship. Now hearing these things sucked, and it should be fairly obvious to see why that is. Now let's have a look at Jason's side. Now I always noticed that he never had any issues with girls. For him, building attraction was almost effortless. He made it look easy.
So that's what you just described. He may have a certain, 6 feet, whatever.
Exactly.
So he ain't got to do all that extra shit. You know what I mean? So here we go.
Yeah.
He's 6'2", has an attractive face and body. And pretty much to summarise everything that I've learnt from this, to summarise the whole story, is that this means everything and this means absolutely nothing. This taught me that 2 seconds of seeing someone's face beats 2 months of emotional support and blood, sweat, and tears.
See, so they think that they're building equity with this woman. When she's not attracted to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that in their mind, they're like, man, I'm putting in all this work. I'm there for you. I give you emotional support. I should mean more than this guy being attractive. But on the dating market, it's not that simple,
Yeah.
It's definitely tough. So I understand. So here we go.
And just in case I get a few angry people in the comments, no, I never felt entitled to her affection or that she owed me something in return for all of the emotional support and time I gave her. I was never expecting anything in return. In fact, the way I would put it is that I just wanted her to come to some kind of realization that I was the one here all along for her. I wasn't one of the jerks, and I was the one who showed that I cared for her. And I'm not giving any disrespect to Jason either. I'm not saying that he was a jerk. I'm not saying that he didn't care or he didn't treat her right. He wasn't a jerk. He was my friend. But he did teach me that you can do all of these things, and it won't do anything in terms of building romantic attraction. I'm going to spell it out for you guys. Looks is everything. Looks is everything when it comes to attraction.
What you think about that? You agree?
I wouldn't agree because you
Mhm.
can be attractive in other ways versus it being just physical.
Mhm.
And I think that would kind of just be where your priorities are, or your standard, or more your morals are,
Right.
and how you live your life. Because I mean, there's I think people that have like more options, you could say, in life.
Right.
I think they tend to, because I feel like we could say the same thing about men when it comes to looks in general. There may
Mhm.
be a woman that's doing all the modern stuff you want her to do, and she's cooking, she's cleaning, she's not outside, but she may not look like that light skinned girl you just seen at the bar you
Agreed.
was getting drinks with and the booty sitting up. So I
Mhm.
think it's all about just what is really catching your attention. And it goes back to, what are you actually looking for?
Mhm.
What are you actually trying to, why are you actually entertaining this? um so I just think the more attractive you are, people can kind of have like superficial like structures on how they
Mhm.
want to go about. And it's not to say that the attractive guy doesn't experience downfall in relationships, because he could have the last 5 girls that he ran through like nothing are sending him hate text messages and how they want to kill him, and I better not catch you outside and stuff like that. Or let's say he's out with an attractive woman and the girl from last week catches him. They actually run into a lot of drama as well.
Mhm.
It's just hidden because of how many options they have.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
pick and choose on where they can lay and play around that, and they steer clear from where they know they've dirtied up the water. You know, they kind of, they know where not to step in their own shit.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so
Their own.
that,
I
yeah.
like the way you put that. Their own shit. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like they're, once they got options, the three of you want to act crazy, they got 5, 6 more that they're ready to bring in, and they're gonna steer clear of those three at all
Right.
costs. So it's not that they don't run into those problems. It's just they dish you out quicker than you can think. Your place is swapped faster. But for a woman, it's like we're holding on to that one guy friend,
Yeah.
girlfriend, holding on to that one dude that don't care nothing about you. So it's just like, I just think it depends on the individual. But looks are not everything. Um, because I mean, you can have somebody that's got it totally made financially, he looks good, he's in the gym, and he treats you like shit
Mhm.
because your
But
value.
I will say this:
Mhm.
when we say looks isn't everything, or you say looks isn't everything, you said, but he treats you like shit, but he still got the opportunity, and
Yeah.
potentially he still was able to have sex with you.
Mhm.
So that's why men say looks is everything, because you won't even get a shot unless you meet her attractiveness category.
But that's everybody though.
Yeah.
And then that's for a man as well, because men can be very um
We're
contradicting when it.
superficial. We're
Yeah, okay,
superficial.
okay. I didn't want to. I wasn't gonna use it, but
No,
yeah,
no, yeah.
because it's like if she got too much weight in certain areas, but she's the perfect woman, you don't want her no way.
Mm-hmm.
She big, and that's how you see it, and you're gonna keep going. But the one that got that BBL we was talking about, that the perfect BBL,
Mm-hmm.
you are going to you are going to gas that up until you can't anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, that's just the way people are wired. The more appealing things are, you're gonna go that route.
Yeah.
But should that be the end all and be all? Hell no, because you're gonna end up with some foolishness when you lead with that for like a longevity. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I mean, I agree. And men, we know that we let a woman that we're attracted to, aroused by, she can get away with far more, way
Mm-hmm.
more than a woman that you just kind of, was
Mm-hmm.
dealing with, or you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Yeah, it happens on both sides.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've heard women say that. Well, I've never, a woman could cook, clean, be submissive or whatever. But if she overweight, then men won't go with her. And I'm like, well, yeah, she has
Yeah.
to find a man who likes overweight, you know,
Yeah.
women. So I mean, it's that simple. But yes, it's we all across. I see somebody put here Phoenix Star said women are
Yeah.
superficial when it comes to height, which can't be controlled, unlike weight. I mean, it is what it is. That's the dating market.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
know we know that a man can't control his height. You know what I'm saying? Or you man can or women men can control, or women can control their weight.
Mm-hmm.
Men can't control height or something like that. We all know
Yeah.
these things exist. So
Yeah.
it's just the dating spoils, bro. You got to get over
Mm-hmm.
it. So here we go. But I
Mm-hmm.
get it.
If you're a guy and you find that girls do not like you, it is because of your looks. And when I'm talking about your looks, I'm not talking about what colour shoes you're wearing or whether you swish your hair to the left or to the right. I'm talking about sub 5. Short, ugly face, bald, fat, inches, which everyone can guess what that means, vulnerable or old, ethnicity.
All right, so he said sub 5. Short, ugly face, bald, fat, inches, vulnerable, and ethnicity. So, I mean, he broke it down. So let's go.
These are the things that matter.
Oh, go ahead.
This
Sorry.
is the
Oh, nothing. Go ahead. I'm looking at it. I'm just assessing.
All right.
truth. As I said earlier, 2 seconds of looks beats 2 months worth of blood, sweat, and tears.
So that is work.
All right, I'm gonna just let this play. Okay.
Okay.
Now I want you to see the transition that this young man Oliver is going to do with these 2 videos that I have of him. Okay. And let me see if you can spot the difference.
Oh man. Okay.
This is gonna be good. We're gonna just let this play, guys. So get ready. Here we go. Fair use from 8 at the table.
Orbit. So within orbiting, there's listening to you, probably picking you up, probably taking you out on dates, doing these things. Because I don't know no real friend that's just gonna be home and just to be on phone calls. A real friend will be like, I'm there for you. Oh, you need this, or Uber, whatever. We partying together, whatever it is, he's doing something, and he is feeling like he is putting in work. He did listen to you about your mom and dad's story. This dude did that. You know, like Rico said, I don't want to hear about you getting digged down, but he did that too. That is part of the orbiting. Now, you said courting. That is his form of courting, but you don't see it as that. You don't see it as that. You see courting as taking you out on dates, saying to you verbally, Nikki, I want to be with you. But this man, you discredit him. He actually knows more. He has more recon and substance on you. So that's why he's going to approach you like, yo, what's up? Because my resume shows without the money, without any and I've been there. Even if it is sexual, right? Even if it is rooted in sex, I was still there.
You was.
So that's why it's like, yeah, it's a little personal. But yeah, that's why it's like you looking at this friendship as 5 years, and then like the 5 months guy, yeah, I'm gonna feel a little way. Yeah, I'm gonna feel what the fuck? Does he know your middle name? Does he know that your mom was sick? Does he know all this shit? No. So you dare give it, and hear me out. And as fucked up, it is a little sense of entitlement. It is wrong, but it's a necessary evil.
Oliver just described himself.
And some other guys.
Okay. I'm not saying that other guys are not like you.
Good.
Other guys are like you, but you just described yourself. That's why you are always placed in the friend zone. Because this work that you think you're putting in is the work of a friend. You can't describe you being a friend to someone putting in work. Why would she look at you? You're my friend. You're listening to me. You're hanging out with me. You're doing what friends do. Why would I see you any more than a friend if you're not putting in the work he's putting in? He's courting me. He's letting me know that he wants to take me serious. He wants to go on dates with me. He wants to take me, he wants to be in a relationship with me. You're just my friend listening to me talk about him. Why would my attention be on you?
Okay, to answer that, because you said, okay, the only difference he did was say, hey, I want to pursue you. Fine. You go, so I'm Oliver. John actually says he wants to pursue you. The work he puts in will never be the work I put in. That's what I'm trying to say. And let's not play coy here. Women that have friends, they know there's some remnants, some ingredients of an attraction.
Got it.
Let's stop it right there before we get to this. What's your thoughts on
That was a lot. That was a lot. I mean, I will say for me, it is something I do take in consideration when a man lets me know up front, hey, I want to be more than just a friend.
Right.
I do think that is one thing that will separate a man from the rest, despite what he's doing. You're letting me know that this is the direction you would like our relationship to go in. Versus me hanging out with a guy, he doesn't make those intentions clear. And, he's great all the way around. I might even actually, because it has happened to where I might actually have like a little crush on you. I do find you attractive, but if you're not pursuing me in a particular manner that is direct, then I'm gonna assume that you really don't want too much going on. Because I feel like when it comes to a man, when you guys make your intentions and demands clear, y'all really do stand on that.
Right.
Like the ones that's serious,
Mhm.
the ones that really want to go somewhere. It's a very powerful statement when you guys stand on what you want and what you're requiring. So that also helps a woman to get into gear, or shift into the gear, or remain in the gear that she should already be in if she's looking to be married or whatever. It kind of gives you a different mindset. But if I have somebody that's just like hanging out or talking to me or venting or whatever, I mean, you might just be in the friend zone. Not saying that you can't come out of that though.
I mean, and it's funny you say that. It's like,
But
it's not like you can't come out of it. I got something for you.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna just show you this. It's right there on that point. I remember this story a while back. You remember this? Masika Kalasia. She said she put out this tweet maybe like 6 years ago. Said, met my fiance 10 years ago. Curved him for 97% of those years. Been dating for 4 months. He asked me to marry him 4 days ago. Last night I asked him, what made you so sure? After only 4 months of dating, he said, I knew 10 years ago on the day I met you that I was going to marry you. So what's like you said, you can kind of pull yourself at a friend zone sometimes.
Yeah.
Rarely happens, but this is what he was able to do. However,
yeah, I mean,
and then it goes to now, tried to extort her. So it's
oh wow.
So yeah, so I mean, like you said, it's sometimes very rare it happens, but like Oliver said, he was orbiting. They have a term for that. It's called a beta orbiter, which are the guys that you call over, and he's the one that kills the spiders in your house. You know what I'm saying? Or he'll put together like a bed that you ordered from Wayfair or something, and he's just like the friend. I don't have a man, but he's gonna take up the responsibilities that a man would do if I was in a relationship without the sex.
Yeah.
So he's that orbiter trying to gain favor. Like he was saying, I have built up something. He was pissed off. He was like, man, I'm here. I know what your favorite color is, and I listen to you. So yeah.
And I mean, I feel for him, in that aspect. I really do. I feel for him in that aspect. But I mean, I can't say what he should or shouldn't have done. All I can say is for me is if it just draws my attention in, even if you not at the attraction level that I'm like breaking my neck to look at you. But if you attractive and you're making I want to see where this goes, I'm more than happy to do that. Sorry. But it's funny because the last guy I was seriously in an actual relationship with, I was genuinely attracted to him. Mm-hmm. But everybody else was like, so what do you like about him? And it was disheartening because I mean the man had it together financially. Yeah. He was educated. He had a what's it called? Navy. He was in the Navy. He had that background. Wow. He had a master's degree. He was going back and getting another type of, like bro had it going on for what you would be like, hey, he's on the market, in shape, chocolate, educated, little dull on the personality. Mm-hmm. I will say that, very dull. But other than that, I was interested. He had me going, and everybody else talking about. So why you? So
that's I mean, weird. Like, it's like it's changed. I mean, that the stuff that you mentioned should be the most important.
Yes, yes. Because at first I was like, he's not somebody I would have ran up to, but he was all about it. And when he made his intentions clear about what he wanted, he had my attention. Simple as that.
So I mean, not to get too invasive, but what was the reason why? If you want to share, why did y'all break up?
I would say personality differences. I think we talked a little bit kind of like backstage. Once he kind of found out I was more, somebody else said why didn't it work out? Once he kind of saw my involvement with social media, me being a lot more outspoken, he didn't like that too much. Whenever he says something, he wants it to be the end of discussion, not a discussion. Like it's done. It's a lot of other factors, but I would say personality differences. A lot of people were saying it seemed like I changed. I wasn't as bright and bubbly anymore. You're just not the Miranda we remember. And I could kind of see that decline in my personality, the way I would mingle with people on a day-to-day basis. So I would say it was just the personality differences and what his actual demands were. Okay. It was you ain't gotta.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to set the record clear, me and my mama got a joke that, because when men have options, they feel like they can do certain things. And so my mama, after he's come back, he did a double back. He came back. Me and my mama like to laugh and be like, "Oh, you must have got some bad news in that letter, didn't you? You must have got some bad news in that letter.
Yikes.
You thought you had something better and you didn't." But no, he's come back and he wanted to go out with me and I gave him no response.
Okay.
No response. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's continue. Here we go. Now, this is Oliver. After he got his wake-up call, that woman did a great job of snapping him back into reality, brother. He caught it, and he's back. So let's see where he ended.
And I also wasn't a guy that always got the love I think I deserved from the ladies, or sometimes just from life, period. Because Oliver, you either too slim or you weird. So now that I'm older and I see those same girls that shitted on me, I'm like, all right, now you're going to get just dick and bubble gum. And I'm being so serious. Like, there's the same girls that was like saying no to me back in junior high and high school. Now that I'm older, they're like, on my bumper, they sweating me. So, so it's like, yeah, like I've built this confidence. I built this arrogance. So what? Fuck it. Like, I should be in that spot. You should be sucking my dick. I should be fucking you. We should be on these dates. You should be talking to me. And it comes from self-confidence. It comes from lack of back in the days, or lack of attention and lack of the love and praise I thought I deserved. Because I was giving it. Once again, I don't give anything that I'm not going to want back. So I never say, hey girl, you should tell me I love you. No, if I'm asking you to say I love you, because I'm saying it to you. So if I'm on my cocky shit, because I was sweating you, I was hitting you up, I was DMing you, I was randomly buying you lunch just cause. I was randomly listening to your story because I was that short of crying because I cared. So now I wasn't getting that, so I was like scraping to the top of the barrel. So as I'm climbing to the top, I'm gonna shit on people. But yeah, I don't regret it because I learned. But yeah, I was on my cocky shit like, why him? If he can hit, why can't I hit? Like, there'll be girls that be like, oh, Oliver take me on a date. But I know John only did was take you to the corner store and buy you a bag of chips. Why do I gotta take you out? Why do I got to do all this work just to smash? And I want you to keep the same energy. Don't say, Oliver, you special. Bullshit. You think I'm a simp. You think you can get over on me. So the same energy you have for John, keep for me. If you think John ain't shit, I ain't shit. Treat me like I ain't shit. I don't care about you. That's why I fucked you the first night. Please, I ain't shit. Treat me like shit. So yeah, this all came from like defense mechanism, hurt place. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to turn this energy into cocky Oliver.
Wow.
All right. So he did a whole 180. So he seemed like he turned into the bad guy,
Yeah, I can see that happening. Especially like he was saying, when there's a lack thereof. It kind of wants to turn you into a menace to society, which is something that we kind of touched on, is what's happened to the women as well. They want to be a menace to society now because there was a lack of thereof. So I feel like any time where someone is what's it called when someone takes something away from you, like deprived. Right. And when you're deprived of something and certain things in life, especially as a man, if you gain those things later on, and a lot of that comes with like power and stuff, you are more than likely gonna turn into the bad guy. Just because it's
a different dude.
Yeah, you begin to abuse the power, and I guess that's where people have conversations. Well, money shouldn't change you, or money has changed you. Leave it to Drake. Drake say the money shouldn't change you. But anyways, or was that somebody else?
I think Oliver. I think he was trying to explain it from a place where he's not at now. Hopefully he went to therapy, because there's still a lot of pent up aggression and anger there. And I get it. And that's what we call the RP rage stage, where guys start to understand that they were the guy that was being used. And now they're mad about it. Like, damn, man, why I didn't know this stuff earlier? And sometimes they stay in that stage too long. And it starts to hinder their life, and they start to hate women instead of just understanding that just how it is. You know what I'm saying? So once they get out of that mindset, then they can move forward with becoming a better man. Just understand that this is just how it is, not how it should be, how you think it should be. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
So.
And I think too, like the results of them getting that and them getting the feeling of being powerful or the power dynamic, them understanding that, I think it becomes like an obsession and they
Right.
can't let it go. Because you do have some older men that need to be settling down and they're out there acting like that still.
Yeah.
So based on things that's happened years ago when a woman that left them. So yeah.
Yeah, it happens. So and you did touch on it, when women don't understand when a man doesn't like them, right? So yes. So and I got this video. It's very recent from the Balloon Pop show, the Arlette Amuli.
Yeah.
show. Yeah. So they had a follow up with a couple, and she couldn't understand that this guy wasn't attracted to her, and everybody knew it in the comment section when I first heard the conversation. I knew it, but like I was telling the guys, sometimes men, we're not as forward with women because we don't want to hurt women. So instead of him saying, "Hey, I don't find you attractive, but I think you're a great friend. I think we could be friends," he just played it out and let her think what she thought and was waiting for him to make a move. And it ended up, coming to a head at this meetup. So here, so I'll let you take a look at this. This is a good example. Here we go.
We're more so I guess we're kind of like in a little sticky situation because I feel like I would just say it like
I have to point this out. Look at his body language.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and that's the first thing I noticed. Like he's like kind of on his way out the door.
Turned away from her. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so here we go.
I feel like he's just been more like, which is fine. He's taking it slow. He's, taking his time, trying to get to know me and everything. But my thing has been like, if we're taking our time and we're getting to know each other, we're supposed to be like paddling on, right? We're supposed to be moving at a steady pace.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we have been moving at a steady pace at getting to know each other. And when I say that, I mean like, I feel like it's just been more like almost like just a friend. Like there hasn't been any romantic kind of gestures.
Okay.
Like I feel like when you like someone or you're trying to get to know someone, you might get a few compliments or, like I don't know, like flirting, but it's non-existent.
So like, are you flirting with him and it's not coming back? Or,
I mean, I feel like I have put myself out there as much as I can as a woman. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm the only one like chasing or trying to, get some stuff going. So, I mean, I feel like I've done a couple of things to kind of put myself out there. But I can't keep doing that. And he's, he doesn't say that he's not interested, but at the same time, it's like,
that's what you're feeling.
I feel like maybe he just wants to be friends. And I mean, at least that's the actions, which he's a total gentleman. Like every time we're together, he's opening up doors. I never have to pay for anything when we're out. Like he's whoever raised him did a phenomenal job. Like he is a gentleman for
Shout
sure.
out to OG.
But it's just I feel like maybe it's just like a friendship thing, or I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
So see, he's doing everything without telling her that, hey, I'm not feeling you like that, and that's a detriment to her because he's doing everything right. Like she said, opening the doors. She ain't got to pay for nothing. He's being a nice guy, but he's not man enough to tell her, hey, yo, I'm not feeling you like that, but I think you cool. And that's where that's a flaw that a lot of us men have because we try and spare a woman's feelings instead of telling her the truth.
But well, just to piggyback off that aspect, it's like, do you guys not think that she's going to do you guys not think that would just be an easier route because you're trying to spare my feelings when really you're hurting them by not saying what I'm picking up?
Yeah, but that's again the man's mindset. in these types of situations. We think that if I just play along and kind of curve her and not do the flirty thing, then she's going to get the hint and she's going to break it off herself, because women take rejection better when it's your decision. Right. So if a man is breaking it off, then okay, you know what I'm saying? It could be interpreted so many different ways. But when a woman breaks a relationship, she can point to something to say, he didn't do this, so that's why I left him. And she'll tell her friends, they'll accept it. But it's far more shameful for her to go back and was like, yeah, I was trying to, you know, get something going with this guy and he wasn't doing anything. And you know what I'm saying? That I mean, it's like she was rejected. And and there's a little more context to this. They actually she had him over her house and like redid his hair, like retwisted his braids a couple times. So it was like kind of a very intimate thing, and she made like a little TikTok video about it. And he was just sitting there like, I'm just getting my hair braided. But she was in her house with like the little shorts on, so she was trying to, you know what I'm saying. But he was just like, man, you doing my hair and I'm in your video, whatever. So it's a little bit more. So.
But I mean, I guess for you guys, because I mean, you got to tell me the truth.
Yeah,
I am all for the truth, and I just think that the more you linger it around, like you're saying, and kind of waiting, she'll have something to point to. When really though, when you go back and you do that self-reflection, you find out that you were rejected a long time ago. You can actually pinpoint, where did this disinterest actually begin? Right. And that is actually the biggest thing that hurts, is because you were holding on a long time ago when he was ready to go. Yeah. And he's just kind of been playing the part. And, you know, even with a man not saying directly, I don't want to be with you, you not playing that part is the most hurtful. Right. Because we'll always remember being in that position. It goes back to that double bind. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. It kind of puts in a woman in a position of trying to please you, trying to figure out the outcome, trying to figure out what can I do to bring him back around. Yeah. Because you've already, your inner man has already taken account that he stepped away. So that is I'm telling it for all the men on here. Not telling her straight up is more detrimental. Keeping it, playing the game of how you want to play it until she figures out you don't want her, is more detrimental than you telling her straight up, I don't want you. I don't like you. You're big.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, like, you're too big, you're ugly. I thought you was attractive. I don't like your attitude. I don't like that you low-key got some thoughty. Whatever it is, like, you will get a lot more respect. You'll have a lot more women that won't try to break your items. You'll have a lot of women that won't be seeking crazy stuff about you because you kept it real. That's all you got to do. I feel like the biggest player is the one that keep it real, and then the game keeps going. Yeah. So, you know, I don't that not telling people what it is just, you want negative reactions. You want to build up.
She's figuring it out in front of hundreds of thousands of people, you know, because the comments kind of not necessarily let her have it, but they told her the truth. Like they were just simply saying, man, this dude don't like you, you know? And I mean, it didn't take me long for me to understand it. He's going to speak a little bit. This was a longer video, but I just took the couple clips. But yeah, I'll let him say what he has to say, but you can tell.
Okay. Let's hear from him. Yeah, let's see what he has to say. All right, Mike?
I mean, yeah, I like to take it pretty much slow. I don't want to force anything, but also, like, I understand what she means, like, you know, the courting aspect of it, like, you know, just random moments, you know, complimenting her and stuff. Yeah, I know I just haven't done it. You know, she's beautiful. You know what I mean? I tell her that, like, she's not ugly.
Compliment, girl.
I tell her she's not ugly. It's just
she's not ugly. That's man. You got to watch the signs, sister.
Yeah.
If somebody tell you that means something. So.
Nothing like that. It's just like, just that I just haven't had that like feeling, you know what I mean? Like, and honestly, it's like more of like taking it as friends first, and then, you know, if that relationship builds, because, you know, whole time it wasn't an ideal way to meet somebody, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like I gotta take more time, but I understand exactly, you know, how she feels as she says I don't compliment her and things of that nature.
All right. So yeah. So he's look at your face. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he checked out a while ago, and he's still trying to play that. We just need to get to know each other, and you don't got to do that. She understands. She said friends twice.
Yeah.
So she's kind of getting it, but she just wants him to say it.
That confirmation, man.
Yeah, see, and
because as I know it might be off, but I know like when we talk about like our intuition and stuff, right. And somebody had said, well, never mind, because I don't remember, but you know, yes, we have intuition. We feel these things that just come to us, but it gets watered down by the perception of what it is we're receiving.
Acts that he's doing.
Yes, it gets watered down, and because we want to be with you so bad for whatever reason, we don't want to give in to that negative feeling of, oh man, he don't even really care about me like that.
Right.
You want to, oh no, let's be positive. Let's try to do this. Let's try to do that. And it just, that man, I'm telling you, that's the most emotionally draining. It affects your self-esteem. It affects your mindset. It'll make you question a lot of things when you feel like you're on one page with one person, but you literally feel them slipping away. You can feel them slipping away. I think Evanescence got an old school song about that for anybody that likes rock out there. But yeah, you can feel somebody when they slipping away. So the best thing in that moment is literally to just be real, because you can't that battle within yourself. I feel like the biggest and greatest battle you'll have in life is within yourself.
Right.
Not with nobody. So to willingly cause that on somebody, or to put that on a man or a woman thinking it's one thing and it's not, it's manipulative. It's sinister. I don't like it. It's unnecessary. It's just a bunch of games. And like I said, you asking to get your stuff broke.
Yeah, and like I said, it's just getting stuff broke. Yeah. I just remember what is that movie? Thin Line Between Love and Hate. All right. Yeah, and I agree with you. We want men to be more honest, because you're wasting time for one. But also there's another aspect that I think women aren't too privy of when it comes to these types of situations. This is the part of a friend zone that men place women in. And it's the sex zone.
Yes.
And that's why he's not being so forward, because he already knows that she likes him. He knows that, right? Like so he can always continue doing nice things and keep her hanging on. And then, after a while, something happens and she's just still there. And he can use her as a woman in the sex zone, so to speak, instead of the friend zone. So men get placed in the friend zone without sex. It's like, Patrice O'Neal explained this. He said, if you explain it like, as a man, you taking out a woman to the movies. And then when you go back, you drop her off to the guy that's about to have sex with her.
Yeah.
And then you reverse it, and the woman, you're taking the woman out to you're having sex with one woman, and you taking the other woman out for the movies, and she getting everything, buying the stuff. And it's like, well, why are you only using me for sex and you not taking me out, buying me all this other stuff? That's the type of friend zone that happens to women. And this is the predicament that she's in, because hopefully she doesn't wait too long to get him to say it. Because it seems like he's not going to say it. And the longer she waits, the more feelings is going to be attached. They're going to keep going out, opening doors, being a gentleman. And then she's going to end up throwing herself at him. And then she going to be wanting something more. And he's like, well, we not together. You know what I'm saying?
And yo, media man, you don't even know what you're describing right now. You don't even know what's been going on in my life for real. But you have laid it down. You have let me know that I've been on business, because that can easily happen to you. And I got to give myself props for removing myself before that happened, because I saw it coming. I saw it coming. Like, you can see these things coming, women, and you do not have to be in this predicament. A man don't want to you, and you can see he's pulling away. That is it's going to hurt, baby, but you got to go. Get complete no communication. I'm not cool with people. I used to sleep with him, but we still hang out. No, we're done. There is no friend, nothing. I done slept with you. You don't want me like that. Cool. There's nothing else to talk about. So that's the way I would handle that.
No, and that's good. I mean, I tell men that all the time, but they don't feel like they're being reciprocated. then you got to go, man. But the thing that messes up the guys is like a lot of them have a scarcity mindset where they think, man, I won't be able to get a woman as pretty as this, so I'm gonna deal with all the foolery that she got me going through. But as opposed to having an abundance mindset, like, hey, I'm a good guy. I'm going to get a better woman. I'm going to get more options and another crack, you know what I'm saying, at the plate or something like that, and just move on with your life. But it's very tough, especially in today's dating world, from what I hear from both men and women. It's kind of tough to find people, you know.
No, it is. It really is. It's hard to even find just a good friend. I advocate for these things on my platform as well, as far as just, you know, there's not a lot of genuine people anymore. Right. But when you're placed in these situations, one thing that helps me, especially, I had just watched that manipulation video too. I was like, no, I'm in the double bind. I was like, no. Once I found out, like, once you, ladies, men, once you find out that you are not going to get what you want in the long run, it's best to just go. Especially for women. Don't hold on to how remarkable he is. Don't hold on to how good the D was. Don't hold on to nothing. Cut it off, like, immediately, and cry yourself to sleep. But you will not be getting used. You will not be the second option, and you won't be somebody that's just there. Because I know what you're talking about. Like, I have plenty of homeboys. They taking out these girls and doing this and that. Oh, I've been dealing with her for 3 years. Never even seen her. But I see all his new flings he got coming around. And you know, staying in those situations are only going to hurt yourself, because he's going to confirm on multiple occasions in the future for why he don't want to be with you, why he's not committed to you, and why he's been disrespecting you in a certain manner this whole time. You know, you can only a man can only do what you allow him to do.
That's what I was gonna say. Okay.
Yeah, so I am very pro advocate for, hey, he don't want you, baby.
Yeah, it's nothing you can do. I just don't want people wasting time out there.
Yeah, nothing. Like, man, nothing you can do.
You got to get your ass back out there, because you're just going to cause yourself more trauma from relationships, and now you're going to have this jaded mindset on the dating market.
Yeah,
and then you're going to punish the new people. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, nah, man, you don't want to develop all that. If you made a misstep, you know, and you shouldn't have, you learn from it. You cry. If you go to therapy, you need to go to therapy. You talk to your friends, go to the gym, and get back out there. So
yeah. I mean, you just have to pick up what you got left and just keep going. There's really nothing else you can do.
Yeah.